Hey everyone, how you guys doing? This is John with Fireside Chats, only on Black Swan Media. We are having a little issue with the YouTube feed, but we will try to get that up. I'll work on that as we go here. But I don't want to delay any further because we have a very, very special guest in the house today. The woman who rocked the world with her testimony with "I shall not comply," which is it was awesome. Um, Dianna Muller. And how are you doing today?
I'm exhausted, honestly, but happy to be here with you today. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so you testified in front of Congress, right?
Correct, in front of the House Judiciary Committee, and it was a full committee. I learned a little bit about that because our friend Maj Toure actually testified in a subcommittee of the judiciary the next day. So it was really a 1-2 punch. I was in there on Wednesday in front of the full committee, and then I sat in and listened to a lot of Maj's testimony on Thursday about gun violence in the urban areas, and he was the only pro-gun person, pro-rights person on a panel of 4. And he did a fantastic job. So the Congress and the same people got to hear the same message from dissenters, but still,
Comply. Was that off the cuff, or did you have a plan to say that?
no, that was definitely not in the script. If you didn't notice, like maybe 15, 30 minutes beforehand, there was a gentleman that stood up in the audience in the gallery, and he was he was making a commotion. And when I turned around and looked at him, he has a T-shirt on that says "I will not to comply," and he's interrupting the proceedings. Of course, they're gabbling him, and he's waiting to get escorted out. But he keeps, he's saying he wants to testify on behalf of some, pro-rights people, and at the a couple of times he said, "I will not comply," and things like that. So that's who planted it in my head. And I actually referenced him if you go back and look at it. And I was like, you guys are putting us in this position of choosing to be a felon or an outlaw, and or go to jail or give up our stuff. And I was like, I'm kind of with him. And then it just kind of came out. So
Oh, that I mean, it was incredible, and it's basically a rallying cry for people in the gun world, and people are already in the chat saying thank you for your dedication and hard work and everything else like that from multiple channels and multiple different platforms that we're streaming on. But yeah, I mean, it was an incredible experience. Were you surprised with the reaction you got to it?
yeah, because at the time I was only having a kind of an honest conversation with in a really weird forum, but I was just speaking from the heart, and I didn't mean any. I mean, I didn't think it was like a T-ball that I was fixing to hit a home run. I had no idea that that would be a soundbite that media would love. So it just kind of happened organically, and I really wanted, in the beginning of the testimony, the mayor from Dayton, she set me up. She was like, "I'm here to ask you to do something because the night before I'm still changing my 5-minute opening." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, my whole
I think she might have froze up a little bit. Um,
grab a hold of doing something." I was thinking that was my big hoorah for our industry, and then the whole "I will not comply" thing. The best laid plans of mice and men. But anyway, still pick up that hashtag doing something, because the firearms industry is doing meaningful measures to provide safety for everyone. As long as you're not willfully ignorant about the topic, you can learn how to be safe and how to move through this world without fear, without scaring your kids, and without, with some confidence.
yeah. Did you feel that the room was hostile to you with the Democrats, or were they pretty respectful in your opinion?
Oh, towards the end, the two girls, the two women from I can't remember, Miss Dean, and there was another one over there. They got a little, hey, well, I love my kids more than, you shouldn't love guns more than your kids. And you just have to sit there and you have to take it because until you get recognized again, you can't talk. So I really wanted to say, I do love my kids. I love my kids enough to learn how to protect them. And a firearm is no better way to level the playing field and give you the utmost protection. But I never got that opportunity. So
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like the Democrats were only calling on the anti-gun people for questions. But were you surprised?
that's how they go.
Yeah, were you
Go ahead.
surprised with all the with like all the media attention on you now? If you search your name in Google right now, it's like, bam, like incredible.
No, I haven't. I honestly, I haven't really come up to breathe yet, and I just got home an hour ago, and I'm unpacking, and repacking to take off again. So I haven't had a whole lot of time. Like I said, last night, 2 hours on the computer, I was doing everything I could to catch up with emails, a little bit of social media, and stuff like that. So I was very thankful to get on Fox and Friends the next morning, Thursday morning. That was a huge blessing. Very nervous. I didn't know. A lot of this, like right now, I'm talking to camera, I'm kind of looking at you peripheral, and I think things like that help prepare me for going into a little tiny room and with a big flat camera that you can't even see. It's just a black hole that you're looking into, and not looking over at the screen where the actual people you're talking to are. That was, I thought, for the first time in a remote deal, I did all right.
You did, you did. I know I do a lot of my shows where I talk to people. This is I'm actually looking at a camera right now, and you're
Yeah.
actually on another screen. So
Yes, exactly. So you asked about the hostility in the gallery. Yes, there were. I've labeled them the red shirts because that's what they are. Moms Demand Action wear red shirts, and they have a presence and they have the messaging. So we actually my DCP girls actually wore this educate over legislate shirt, and we had this color on. There were probably 10 to 12 of us in the courtroom. So we really, I feel like we knocked it out of the park with the messaging that they have been so good at. And I call them the red shirts. The red shirts are coming. The red shirts are coming.
yeah, I noticed the blue. I noticed the blue.
Did you?
Yeah, there's a picture of you with a lot of standing with a lot of women with blue, and then you had
Yep.
your
That's on my
yeah, yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
pink.
Where can people get that shirt?
Yeah. Uh, Actually, I only made a handful for the girls that were coming to come into the hearing, but I'll make another run with them. The dcproject.info. This is what I would like to say to your audience. Please tell your friends about the DC Project because I have big plans for us going forward. I really want to be the counter to, but we have to make guns great again. And how we do that is to present that it's normal, that I'm your dentist, I'm your doctor, I'm your kid's teacher, I'm the person behind you in the supermarket. You have to engage these people and let them know that gun ownership is normal. And it wouldn't hurt to do it with a smile on your face, and you have to realize that they're going to hate you. You have to make them like you. So you having a negative reaction like calling them a libtard or just calling names and instead of building bridges, you're actually blowing it up. You have to make a concerted effort to reach out to people and let them know that we're not the bad guys.
You know what the funny thing is Maj Toure yesterday when I was talking to him on this same exact show, told me the same exact thing that you just did.
Well, we didn't conspire, but I think we're on the same. I think we're on the same track.
Yeah, it was almost word for word,
Yeah,
which I think is
yeah,
funny.
and we actually, I did go to. We were both at the same place the weekend before the Gun Rights Policy Conference, and they drove that message home too. So one of my girls actually spoke. She's hard left Democrat, and she's the national spokesperson for the Liberal Gun Club. And so she spoke about how you have to reach out to people who disagree with you politically and make sure that they understand the Second Amendment is a nonpartisan issue.
Awesome. Everyone out there, hit those thumbs up, subscribe, and comment. I see people commenting on the different platforms out there, and basically most of them are thanking you. You're former law enforcement. One of the things that I heard a lot during all the testimony over the last few days was, we need to keep police safe. We need to keep police safe. Well, you probably have an insight on that that most people don't. What's your response to that?
Well, one of the biggest surprises, like I mentioned on the Fox show, was that the chief from Charlottesville basically flat out said that she wants to see any gun that can kill, that can hunt humans, banned. Okay, any gun can hunt a human, and she wants it banned. She said it several times. And then she said she was ashamed of me after I said my do not comply thing. And I was like looking at her, and I was wishing that I was going to get another opportunity to speak, because I would like to have addressed that we both took an oath to uphold the Constitution. This law is, in my opinion, a violation of the Constitution. It is banning a very common firearm that was upheld in Heller, the Heller decision. So I've got, besides that, yes, it would. If they did do this ban, it would not be a good thing for law enforcement. Can you imagine? Their argument is that a police officer got killed, so let's go get law-abiding citizens that we've legislated into criminals. Let's go get all their guns. It just doesn't. It's mind-blowing that they think after law after law after law that this one is going to work. And I hope that everybody in America is kind of, at least in our community, the gun community, has shaken awake. We've woken the bear. What's the expression? Don't poke the bear.
Don't poke the bear.
I hope the bear has woke up and understood that there is something to be alarmed about, and they need to get engaged. So whether that be contacting their legislators themselves and being heard, talking to their neighbors, or supporting the DC. Well, we need support. I have big dreams for what we can do to try to help save the Second Amendment in our country. But I think that if together we can all do this. Hit me up. If you want some more blue shirts, I'll order some more blue shirts. My girls did throw some shirts up there, some I will not comply shirts, and some, what was my hashtag, doing something. So go to the website, dcproject.info, for information on all that stuff. And then on our Facebook page, the DC Project, THE is in front of the DC Project. And you can see some of the stuff that we've been doing with all this stuff.
Okay, a couple different things here. I want to personally invite you. I know I invited you before to the Gunathon, and I want to offer you a slot to speak here on live.
In April, right?
April, yeah. Just let me know. You don't have to let me know now. You don't have to let me know now, but
I know, but I need to write it down. April what?
April 25th. There's going to be a couple different women involved with the DC Project there. Carrie's going to be there. Cheryl Todd's going to be speaking.
Yep.
So you should check it out. You got an interview coming out with AmmoLand. We only got about 5 minutes left or 4 minutes left, but I know you need to get busy and do interviews with like all these like huge media sites. But it's really funny. Like two fireside chats in a row, I had people that spoke in front of Congress, which is.
It's for real. I 4 years ago, we started the DC Project, and it's truly a grassroots organization, or whatever you want to call it. I called it a project because I didn't want to recreate the wheel. I didn't want a membership. I just knew we needed to do something. So we are doing something, hashtag doing something. See what I did there? And it's just surreal that, I was in front of the House Judiciary Committee, and I had women in the gallery, and I'm really happy. I was honored to speak to them. I mean, those are the people that we want to go and talk to and make relationships with. So it was an honor. I know I probably shook some people up, but it doesn't mean that I hate them, and it doesn't mean that I don't want to come back to their office and have conversations with them about firearms education. So it might be a battle cry for us, but I hope it doesn't. I don't want them to think that they're going to hurt me, and that's not what it was about.
Yeah, one of the most amazing things that people don't realize is you said that under oath, which shows how seriously you believe it.
Did you see my girls? It was so funny
Hmm.
standing up when they said everybody rise to be sworn in. Every blue shirt stood up
That was
in the
awesome.
audience, and I was like, "You sit down, girls. It's just me."
That was awesome. But when you said it, I stood up and cheered.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. The response has been amazing. I appreciate all the encouragement. I had a lot of people praying for me going into this. I had a lot of people helping me prepare, whether it be, hey, take a look at my speech. What do you think? Well, let's tweak it here. The clothes I had on were literally off of Julianne's back. We were talking about what are you going to wear, and Robin Sandoval goes, like a dress like hers, and she was wearing that pink dress. The pink dress that I had on Wednesday, she had it on like the Thursday before.
Nice.
And she took it off right there, and she goes, here, if you want this, if this will fit, you can take it. And I took it home or took it up. Can you believe that? All of that.
Man, I wish I would have known you
whole
were gonna
thing
been.
the week before.
I wish I would have known you would have been here. I would have came and visited with you guys because you came to my
It was a
hometown.
whirlwind for sure.
Yeah, probably didn't have
Yeah, it
enough
was a
time.
whirlwind. So,
Yeah, there's a lot of. You probably didn't have enough time to do anything.
we were hooked up, and then and honestly, let me tell your audience this: we had an outdoor channel film crew with us. So on Wednesday, a little bit Wednesday, and a little bit Thursday, a lot Thursday, we did basically filming a documentary that'll come out in 2020 about the DC project. So hopefully we'll get that'll be energizing for the vote, because we have to get the gun vote out.
Hmm.
That is a single issue platform for me. I'm all about the guns. So if you don't check the gun box, all the other boxes don't matter.
Yeah, I am a single issue voter too, and my single issue is liberty, and guns protect liberty. So there you
Right.
go. You can't have the other rights if you don't have guns to protect them. What is a right if they can take it
Exactly.
away anytime?
Exactly.
And that's one of the reasons why I loved your comment so much, because that basically spoke to the heart of that. It's like, no, I'm not going to give up my rifle, and there's nothing that you can do about it.
Well, and it was wonderful to hear Maj um, talking about educating the inner city about the rights and firearms education. He's doing such a bang up job. So, there are programs out there besides, the major organizations are doing great work and they need to be supported. But we've also got these, like the DC Project and then Maj's Black Guns Matter. That's front lines. That's out there educating people and really making a difference. So check both those out, pretty
Yeah,
please.
yeah. I just want to mention that Stephen Pitsley, one of our audience members, is from our Facebook audience, is echoing what a lot of people are saying from the other ones, other platforms. We broadcast on multiple platforms, and he's saying, "God bless you." Actually, multiple people have already said that in the different chat rooms. So
Well,
you're
thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it, and I'll take all your prayers too. I can't tell you how important I feel like that was. I really feel like God's hand has been in this from the beginning.
Yeah, I linked to your website in the description on the YouTube. It's youtube.com/John Grum 2. That's where I want everyone to go, because, that's where I'm trying to push everyone to. If I could have like one source instead of the 10 or so channels I have right now. everyone's spread out. It would be
Right.
more fun if everyone comes together. But I want to thank you for taking the time to speak to us. We definitely have to keep in touch. I want one of those shirts. Name a price. I don't care what the price is, as long as it's not too expensive.
Shirt is $1 million. 1 million. You can
Okay,
get it off my
I
back.
said as long as
Gonna be a
it's
little
not too
tight.
expensive. And if you need help hooking up with the, getting them printed, I have a connection that will do print on demand. So you can just put it up there and sell as many as you want, and they print them as they get ordered.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. And please, everybody besides the DC Project on Instagram, DC Project Foundation. On Facebook, it's the DC Project. I'm Di 3Gun on Instagram, and I'm Dianna Muller 3Gun on Facebook. And I'd appreciate you guys hooking up with me there. And I appreciate all the warm wishes and the prayers and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. We'll look forward to your Emily article, interview that's coming out with, I don't know, somebody interviewed you. Oh, yeah, that's me. All right. I interviewed you for Emily. So, I appreciate everything that you do. Keep up the good fight and tell Styx I said hi.
I'll do it.
All right.
Thanks, John.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. That was Diane and Dianna
Muller.
Muller. Yeah. I know your name.
Muller.
I know. You can see her in the background, but she did really good. Remember to thumbs up this video, share it to get her message out. The DC Project is one of the most important things, I think, to expand the rights of firearms. If we don't do that, the Second Amendment is going to die. And I think the DC Project is handling that. It's one of, I don't really pitch many causes, but the DC Project is one of the causes that I extremely want to pitch. And remember, I'm a Patreon down there, patreon.com/John Crump. Once we hit $750, we are going to buy a single mom a firearm and also get her training in a concealed weapons permit. So basically, the whole $750 is going to go to that. All right, my name is John Crump. We'll be back tomorrow with Jason David Frank, the Green Power Ranger. Full episode of Fireside Chats on Black Swan Media. And we are about out of here. Oops. I threw up my screen, but here we go.